from right field on the south side of Chicago. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Chicago White Sox. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set. Starting on the mound in this one, Jonathan Cannon.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Luis Rengifo leading things off and takes a strike. This one in the air. Vaughn makes the catch, and there's one gone. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down in the zone until he gets some called strikes and then forces you to go after that pitch. Until then, make him elevated because guys that throw those sinkers, those two-seamers, really hard for them to be effective up in the zone. Those are pitches you can hammer. But when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit, takes ball one. Swung on, belted. And that's a foul ball.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
High fly ball down the left field line. Benintendi sizing this one up, puts it away for the out. And there's two down.
Batting third, right fielder Mike Trout.
Two down, base is empty. Mike Trout, the next to hit. 2 for 9 so far in the series. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That one finds the corner, and that is strike one.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
2 down, nobody on. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Angels go down 1-2-3. Time for the White Sox to go to work. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And pitching in this game, Reed Detmers.
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Bottom of the first. Now the third baseman, Josh Rojas.
Third baseman, Josh Rojas.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. Rojas goes 6'1", 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Now one away.
You know, Boog, you often think a slider's more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Benintendi up here. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner. 1 out, bases empty. That one missed. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
2 outs, base is empty. Swings through that.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Second inning set to go. So in now for the Angels, Jorge Soler.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
Cannon back to work. That's too low. And that is ball 1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That'll fire up the dugout. His first homer of the year. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And now Logan O'Hoppe, 2 for 8 in the series so far. That's a strike. It's 0-1.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the top of the second. In the air, right side. And it stays fair. Around first, digging for 2. The throw into second, but he's in there easily.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time.
Third
He clearly
baseman,
didn't catch that one on the
Yoan
big
Moncada.
part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now Yoan Moncada. 3 for 9 of the series coming in. Pitch misses inside. 1-0. No outs. Runner on second. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boot, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
Man at second. And a ground ball to first. Vaughn handles, throws to first. 1 out in the second.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
The batter now, Taylor Ward, with 3 hits so far in the series, and he's knocked in 3 runs as well. That's in there. Strike 1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Softly hit to third. Rojas boots it. One gone, runner at first. And next for the Angels, Mickey Moniak. 2 for 7 in the series so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Ball 1 low. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Lead runner around second. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Zach Neto getting ready to hit. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. 1 run across, another comes in to score, and they lead by 4. A 2-run double.
He was all over that one. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
So the batting order turns over. Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here. First time up was a pop out. Late swing, foul to the left.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
The 0-1. That one ripped. That's back there. And that one's gone. He leaves the yard to right. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 6-0. So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball, get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Jonathan Cannon is done, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
the
the
new
White
pitcher
Sox.
in the game, Jake Eder.
Number
He's into the
46.
game with the bases empty.
Jake Eder.
And next for L.A., Nolan Schanuel. Fly to left his first time. Foul ball. Yo, one.
Hey. No ball, 2 strikes.
That
Ball
one
one.
just misses.
What's a good
1
pitch
ball, 2
there.
strikes, McDowell.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Back
Now
against the
batting,
wall with 2
right
strikes,
fielder,
but found
Mike
a way.
Trout.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now batting, Mike Trout. He's 0 for 1. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. Right through there for a strike.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. That pitch just misses the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Taylor going back on this one. And that one is going to go. A 2-run shot, their 3rd home run of the inning. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 8-0.
Who doesn't love watching Mike Trout smash home runs? His swing just sounds different. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
1 down. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Down and away for ball 1.
1-0.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Taylor going back. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder
Now
catch. I
batting,
tell you what,
catcher,
those are really
Logan
fun to make.
O'Hoppe.
2 outs, base is empty. Logan O'Hoppe will hit next. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. And that's in for a strike. Already 8 runs across this inning here in the 3rd and final game of the series. A little bit low. 1-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that keeps the inning alive.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here is Yoan Moncada. Grounded out his first time. And that's off the outside edge. And that's ball 1. the pitch. Sosa. Over to first. And that is the inning. So they bat around and score 8 times to take the lead. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Angels 8 and the White Sox nothing. Back here on the south side, bottom of the inning, and now it's Luis Robert.
Hitter, Luis Robert Jr.
Well, every pitcher
Inside,
wants
ball
run
one.
support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Way high
Two balls,
there,
no
and the
strike.
count is 2-0. Ripped, but it curls foul. That one
3 balls,
misses,
1 strike.
and now 3-1. Next offering is fouled back. The delivery to Robert. Good plate
That's
appearance
out. Ball
there.
4.
Able to take the walk. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that walk.
Lenny Sosa stands in now, looks at that one inside. Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
Yep, that ball went out.
Throw to second. Save.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Line drive. And a base hit. Robert on his way around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 8-1.
Well, does a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
So, man aboard, Andrew Vaughn now. That's in there. Strike one. Sosa gets his lead at first with nobody out. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out. So up next for Chicago, Michael A. Taylor. Almost
Ball
got
one,
him.
no strike.
First and second, no outs. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one hammered left field. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Runner tags at second. Tag out at third. And that's a double play.
Batting 8. The
When you're
shortstop,
already in scoring
number
position,
83.
if you decide to tag, you really want to be more than 100% confident that you can make it safely to third, because otherwise you take a potential run scoring opportunity off the board. Great throw to third.
Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Upstairs. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Moniak nabs it, and that is that. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Angels 8 and the White Sox 1. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now it's going to be Mickey Moniak. A double and a run scored his first time up, and that one upstairs, ball 1.
You know, these Angels really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Late on that fastball.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Zach Neto. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. Pitch misses. Ball 1. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Got him swinging.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard.
Sends it to first. Out number 3. Angels strand a couple, and it remains an 8-1 game. Welcome back.
And
let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Catcher Corey Lee.
The pitch. Close one, doesn't get the call, and that's ball 1.
Hey.
This ball's chopped on the ground, and that's just foul. Slice to right, fair ball.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Here's Josh Rojas, and immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Nobody out, runner at first. Swings through that one for strike two.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Oh, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Next offering misses down and away. Next pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Tauchman at the plate for the second time as he takes ball 1. Lee off of first with 2 away. Right side. Gets it to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. The White Sox leave 1. It's still an 8-1 ball game. New inning getting started. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout. Trout measures 6 feet 2 inches, 235 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Fastball for a strike at 95. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. Benintendi raging back towards the wall. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Definitely didn't get all of that one, but man, the wind almost pushed it over the fence and left.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch just misses. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. We all saw it was hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand no problem.
Next to hit, Logan O'Hoppe. And there's the strike. Man at first, one away. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with one gone.
Back-to-back base hits. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Yoan Moncada with a chance to hit. That one's in there. That's strike one. Downstairs to Moncada. Runners at first and second with one gone. Top half of inning number 4. And there's a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Taylor makes the play. 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder Taylor Ward.
Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Angels. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Jared Schuster up and throwing. Soler, the lead runner at second. O'Hoppe at first. 2 out of the inning. And another ball.
2-0.
Next offering upstairs.
3-0.
And they're all loaded up.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
2 outs, bases full. Mickey Moniak digs in now. 1 for 2. And that one popped in the air, left field. And that'll do it. Ready to go, bottom 4. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Sox, Luis Robert Jr.
Luis Robert Jr.
Robert, the native of Cuba, signed with the White Sox in May of 2017. And the 0-1. Just missed.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Cut on and miss, struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
Sosa in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
Upstairs, and it's 2-1.
One strike.
That one missed.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Rips that one to right. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Andrew
2 down, base is empty.
Vaughn.
And now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That clips a corner.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That missed by a lot. The count now 2-2. Fastball is outside. Goes down looking. Back at right field. Ready now for the 5th inning. So in now for the Angels, Zach Neto. Eater back to work. And there's the strike.
You know, these Angels, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Out to short. Now a jump throw. Got him. Great play to keep the leadoff man off base.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Rengifo.
Next to hit, Luis Rengifo. He's already homered in this game. That one's in there, 0-1. The Halos up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Rojas. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, first baseman, Nolan Schanuel.
2 outs, base is empty. Nolan Schanuel, the next to hit for the Angels. 1 for 3. And that one pulled foul. That one's in there, and that's strike 2. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. And we're back.
And leading off
now
for the
here
White
is
Sox,
Michael A.
center
Taylor.
fielder, Michael
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously
A.
talented center fielder.
Taylor.
Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish. These White Sox need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
On the ground to short. On to first.
He's out.
And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting, number 83.
So digging in, Colson Montgomery. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. That one lifted to left. Ward puts it away for the out.
Now batting.
Here's
catcher,
Corey Lee.
Corey
A single his first time.
Lee.
That one missing inside.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
And that's off
inside,
the
ball 2.
inside edge. 2-0. The White Sox with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. And that one way outside. And that's ball 3. And there's the automatic. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Josh.
Back to the top of the lineup.
Rojas.
Here's the third baseman, Josh Rojas. 0 for 2 in this one. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner. Got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
The 0-1. That one's upstairs, ball 1. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defender.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Makes a nice running catch. And that's the inning. So one hit is all they get. We're through 5. It's the Angels 8 and the White Sox 1. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Jared Schuster getting loose out there. Outside low. And it's a ball and a strike. Right through there for a strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Benintendi is there. He makes the grab, and there's one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying
The
closed.
designated
If he
hitter,
does
Jorge
that, he's going to be
Soler.
able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Soler, the batter now, as he holds up his swing for ball one. And that one fouled off.
Ball 2.
Next offering is fouled back. That's hard hit on the line. And there's two down.
Now batting, catcher Logan O'Hoppe.
Logan O'Hoppe, the next to hit for the Angels. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. That to right. Tauchman on his way over. Stretches out and hauls it in. 3 up, 3 down that time. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Angels 8 and the White Sox 1. Here on the south side, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Andrew Benintendi. First pitch misses.
That's inside.
Action in the pen down there. Hans Kraus, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Number 57 getting cranked up as well. On the ground, right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, right fielder Mike Tauchman.
Here's Mike Tauchman.
Definitely classify Tauchman as one of those gritty players, willing to do whatever, get on base, get around the bases.
First
That's a
pitch
ball.
doesn't find the zone.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Next offering
ball two.
upstairs.
2-0.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. And that's a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
One out, runner at second. So here's Robert now. A strikeout and a walk. That
Ball
one
one.
close, ruled a ball. And it's 1-0. And a swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed
I got
there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Now batting, second
Manager out of the
baseman,
dugout, and he's going to make a
Lenny
change.
Sosa.
Reed Detmers departs, and he exits with a nice lead. Threw the ball well, and we'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for the
Chase
Angels.
Silseth will take over
Number
here.
63.
And we all know about his slider. It's just
Chase
filthy,
Silseth.
man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. And here is Sosa to the plate. Swing and a ball hammered left field. Ward ranging back. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. And that should get the job done as he tags from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 8-2.
Wow, pretty amazing. That only ended up being a sac fly. So much excitement and a great effort out there to take on the wall as he hauled it in. And for the batter, it could have easily been a double or even a
First
triple. But
baseman,
you know what? He'll take the sac fly RBI.
Andrew Vaughn.
And first offering is fouled off. That's down and in. A slider missed. Robert off of first with 2 away. He swings and fouls 1 off. Lifted in the air, right field. Trout snags it, and that will end the inning. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 7th inning coming up. It's the Angels 8 and the White Sox 2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
White
back.
Sox.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher
Number
on the mound.
40.
Tyler Gilbert.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same
Leading
for
off
his
for the Angels,
stats, obviously,
third
regardless of the
baseman,
score.
Yoan Moncada.
Here is Moncada. 0 for 3 in this one. First offering, and it just misses. Gilbert, 31 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2015. And another
That pitch
ball.
is out.
Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. This to third. Rojas throws on to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting, left fielder, Taylor Ward.
Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Angels. Sliced hard but foul. Gilbert, he's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much, a decent amount of hits occur. The 0-1. There's the strike.
And he's got to get ahead early in the count and then be able to mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command is the big key. Throwing the ball where he wants to.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and a foul ball. And
That's
1-2.
a ball.
High chopper to third. Rojas. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, center fielder Mickey Moniak.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Mickey Moniak. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And there's a strike. The Angels up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. In the air, left field, down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And that one is downstairs, and that's ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one back. Forget it. He sends it out of here. It's 9-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
Base is empty with 2 away. Zach Neto, the next to hit, in for a strike. 0-1. And that one clips the corner. And that skips into dirt.
2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Curve in the dirt.
That's down.
Struck him out looking. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 9-2 ball game. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagining running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And now 1 away.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Montgomery in the box again, takes a strike.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, they'd have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. Popped up. Moncada makes the catch. And that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They're down 7. It's 9-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to begin the 8th at the plate. Luis Rengifo. Gilbert back to work. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Check swing called strike. Just missed.
Great take right there. It showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Next offering is down low. And the count is 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting, first baseman.
Now the number 2 hitter, Nolan Schanuel. And there's a foul ball. Rengifo on at first. Nobody out. And that one sliced foul. Next pitch, not close, up high. On the ground, and it goes just foul.
Five foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here's Mike Trout. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Well, an error like that, you look at the scoreboard and you kind of wonder if they are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this play, but it's not a great look.
2 on with 1 out. Jorge Soler now at the plate. That one catches the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
And that's in there at the knees.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack on 3. It's 12-2. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
There comes a skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tyler Gilbert out of the game, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
White Sox going with a new arm, Jared
number
Schuster.
51.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So 1 out, nobody on. Now here is Logan O'Hoppe. First pitch just misses. And another ball.
Down.
Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His first homer of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 13-2.
Back-to-back home runs, and they keep adding to their lead. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
One out, base is empty. Here comes Yoan Moncada. And that's a little bit high. 1-0. Still only 1 out here in the inning. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Gus Varland getting ready to go. Number 64 also throwing. On the ground, out to short. The tag, and he's out.
Now batting, left fielder, Taylor Ward.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. 4 runs already in the frame, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next pitch downstairs, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. On the outside corner, got him looking. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Back after this on the show. Back at right field, on to the bottom of the 8th. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Josh Rojas. On the ground right side. Tosses to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Now batting, left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That just misses. And that is ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. 1 down, base is empty. ground ball to the right side. Oh, look at the stop. Throws from his knees. And that's a great play for the out.
Look at how he dives
Now
right there. Is able to
right
pop
fielder,
up to both
Mike
knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Two down, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Mike Tauchman. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Swing and a foul out of play. Inside, almost got him. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here on the south side, we go to the ninth. So in now for the Angels, Mickey Moniak. That one outside, and that's ball one. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Cam Boozer, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. In the air, center field. Taylor under it. One down.
Now batting, shortstop.
So up
Zach
next,
Neto.
Zach Neto. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Fastball for a strike.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
The shortstop takes the ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Not close with that one. Full count now. The Halos up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. The other way, and foul ball. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're
Now
seeing
batting,
more fastballs in that location.
Luis
Hitters,
Bendico.
especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
That one the other way, and makes the play, and that's out number 3. And we're back.
And
We head to the
leading
bottom
off
of the
the
ninth. Now it's the
Designated
DH,
hitter,
Luis Robert Jr.
Luis Robert Jr.
And that's outside. Ball one. And another ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge in both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
And that's downstairs and outside. There's a strike at the knees, and the count is 3-1.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
And that one is lifted in the air. Trout hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. Just missed. And a foul ball. That's off the mark, and a count 2-1. Smash down the left field line. And foul ball. One down, base is empty. And it remains 2-2. Grounds one to short. Neto. And they're down to their last out.
Now batting, first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
And next to hit for the Sox, Andrew Vaughn. And a strike on the outside edge. That one hammered, but pulled foul. One strike away. That one is absolutely belted. And foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
And the final 13-2. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.